Michael, what you looking at?
Okay, so should we jump right into that? Is that going to be how? Are we not going to welcome the audience?
Hi, everybody. I'm Diana Becker, and this is
The Tesla Chick podcast?
I was expecting you to say Michael Becker. Yes, this is the Tesla Chick podcast. I'm a Tesla chick, and he's a Tesla dude.
I'm Michael Becker. I don't know if I'm a Tesla dude. I'm more of a skeptical, crazy person.
Wait, I'm confused. This is not.
What's the name of the podcast?
It's called.
You never told me that.
I didn't. The Call Girls Investment Club.
Okay, but that's not
Remember
a podcast name. That's the name of the Facebook group.
No, but that's the name of my podcast.
Oh.
It's the Call Girls Investment Club.
I see.
And I'm a call girl.
I made an investment this week. Do you want to know about my investment that I made?
Yes. Tell us all about it.
Okay, well, it started on the 29th, which was... I don't know what day of the week that is. On the 29th, I had a dream. And that dream was that Retro Studios would come out with Metroid Prime 4 and that their stock would go way up. And I woke up and I thought to myself, Retro Studios doesn't have a stock. They are not a public company. And even if they were, like, the closest thing affiliated to that is Nintendo. So instead of investing in Nintendo, I looked up on my iPhone Retro, and the first stock that came up was this stock.
This random stock.
So
you bought a random stock.
I did
with
not
a name
buy
that
it
you
randomly. It is Retrofin, which is RTRX.
Do you have any idea what they do?
They're a pharmaceutical company. What I do know is that their earnings have been pretty consistently above the quarter this year, and that all of the analysts' report ratings on Robinhood say buy, 89% buy. And so I thought to myself, wow,
oh my God,
I should buy this. And I did, and they went up. And
what's your profit?
I have made a total of 1.78% right now on the investment.
1.78%, in spite of the fact that today the market was so far
today.
down.
It doesn't seem to be affected, like, at all, like, barely.
Because it's a medical stock. But
yes.
You know why the market's down, right?
Yes.
Why?
Because Donald Trump is going to die.
Oh, my God. Well, the Simpsons did predict that, didn't they?
They predicted he'd be president.
How come people are posting pictures of him in a coffin?
Maybe the Simpsons also predicted that? I don't know.
I don't know. It looked like Simpsons stuff.
Simpsons, did he have yellow skin?
Oh, you mean like if he turned Chinese or something?
No, I mean, look, it's the Simpsons. The Simpsons characters all have yellow skin.
I kind of want to go back in time and talk about the week in review, because this week ended with Donald Trump getting... Actually, last night at midnight, I still was up, and I saw that, and I was like, is this a freaking joke? I was just so shocked.
Okay.
But, any drug company, if he gets treated with a drug, any drug company that he gets treated with their drug, that's going to go up, don't you think? I thought so. So I said that on my club, but I didn't take action. But everybody was saying, he'll probably get the Regeneron treatment. And he got the Regeneron treatment. So the Regeneron stock, here's Regeneron. Everybody else is like way down. And they announced after hours, do you see this little gray line here? This is after the stock market closed.
If it turns out it doesn't work, then they're not going to go up anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Well, think about this. What if he gets well in like a week and it's like nothing?
Well, I don't know about that.
What would that make it look like to the world?
Well, the problem with that is that he's like in like the highest risk, right? It'll just make it look like he's lucky. I think that people have died because of COVID. It's a serious disease. I don't think anyone's going to be like, oh, well, Donald Trump survived, so it must not be that serious. Like, I don't know about that.
Excuse me for a second.
My hair.
Pulled my hair out of your head. Sorry.
How could you do?
Taking your power.
Okay, hang on.
Okay. Did you know I got my hair dyed last night from Gaby?
Yeah, hang on.
Thanks. Now we're even.
Yeah.
That hurt. Okay, so Gaby is this stuff on me that I heard advertised on the radio. It's like a mother-daughter company. It's called Oh, it's called Madison Reed. And you know what? Their stuff is great. It doesn't smell. You don't dye your hair, so you can't relate, right? It was free because I just paid for the
in
chemicals.
30 years, and then I'll decide.
I really liked it, but they're probably not traded because she's got this brand new company. But they must be doing such good business because all these people at home can't go to salons or dyeing their own hair. I finally did it.
I've been seeing ads on Twitch for like goo that you put in your hair that restores your natural hair color, but all the ads have had guys with black hair.
Right.
I'm like, I don't know if that'll work on me.
So you basically, a lot of these guy hair replacements are like spray paint and stuff.
Well, the goo was white. It wasn't black.
It was white, and it's supposed to
yeah.
Doesn't really make sense, does I wonder how that works.
I do, too. It said it restored your natural color.
Yeah, and then
all
if
the
it
ads
doesn't...
were guys with black hair.
Okay, so if it doesn't work, then you call them, and they say, well, you have to use it consistently for months, and it'll work. And then you like lazy, so you don't do it, and then like you just give up, right? Do you think that's their business model?
I don't know.
Okay, going back in time to Monday, did you know that Uber, you know how Uber and Lyft are in jeopardy here in California because of the gig worker law?
Right.
And so they're saying we can't make any money like this, so we're going to close down.
Well, that's always been the case, but now they're even more in problems.
So what happened over on Monday is Uber got reinstated in London. London had this big thing about, they have to get rid of Uber. And then they realized there was such an uproar, which there's going to be here in California, because people in California a lot of them don't have cars or driver's licenses, and we don't have public transportation that well. So I feel like the same thing's going to happen here. Well, London gave in and just bent the rules for Uber, so Uber stock went up on Monday.
Okay.
Also, on Monday or Tuesday, somebody said something about Exxon, and I'm not a real oil kind of girl, I'm like a clean energy girl, but they were pointing out how if you buy Exxon stock, the dividend was 9.5%. So do you know what a dividend is?
No.
Okay, so a dividend is you own the stock, and then they pay you income because you're an owner. So they take some of their income and they give it back to you.
Right.
So that doesn't happen with Tesla because they're always reinvesting the income to get bigger because they're a new company, they're a growth company. But Exxon's an old, established company, and people buy the stock so they can retire and just live off the dividends.
Really?
Well, so the stock of Exxon, people have hated it so much and dug it into the ground so much, and it's a pretty solid company that guys on Wall Street are starting to say, hey, this is a really good investment at 9.5% interest or 9% interest. So basically they pay a flat dividend. It's not interest, dividend. They pay a flat dividend, and as the stock price goes down, the proportion of the dividend to the price of the stock becomes a bigger and bigger percentage. Like if you give them $1 on a $100 stock, that's 1%. But if it drops to $50, that's 2%, right?
Right.
So this was on Monday. Friday, now everything went down so much that now the dividend is 10.5%. So if you bought $100 worth of Exxon, then every year you'd get $10 back.
Does that work if I buy it in Robinhood? Will my Robinhood account just get dividends?
You'll get dividends. They'll just stick it in your account. And not only that, but it's trading at like $32. If it went back up to like $60, you'd also double the money you invested.
Right.
So I just wanted to talk about that because although I'm doing a different thing, I'm day trading, trying to make big profits every day, which actually I made money every day this week.
That's nice.
Even today. I made money today. I wanted to show you the chart of today. I don't need Regeneron anymore. Go on the floor. Oh, Trump took a dose of Regeneron's antibody cocktail. By the way, I'm changing the subject, but I just wanted to point out to you, vitamin D, zinc, famotidine, I forgot what that is. Melatonin. I know. And aspirin. That's what they're giving to this guy, along with the Regeneron drugs. So, if we at home think we're starting to get sick, we could take this. Okay, I forgot where I was going. Oh, this is, I'm just looking through my papers here, and I found this one. I just wanted to show you. I thought about getting back in the market today, and at 12, I checked the price, and look, I was looking at TQQQ. It was negative 666%.
Oh, no.
At 12 noon.
Doom.
So I was like, nope, I think I'll just sit it out. Because I thought, okay, I thought something could happen over the weekend, that could be negative or positive. what do I think? I think it's more likely that there could be more negative stuff at this point than positive. Here's today. It went up a very small amount. You see that tiny bit it went up?
Yeah.
So I invested $10,000 and I made $1,500. And then right around there, and every time I invest, I post in my club, I'm buying here, I'm selling here, this is why, So I sold there, and I was like, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. I don't want to take any chances. I'm just going to accept this. This is a decent gain for the day. And, even though I feel like it could go higher and it's going to be painful to see it go higher and me not be in it, I'm just going to live with that. And that's actually part of the psychological thing I wanted to talk about, because it's really hard to miss out.
Yeah.
So then, if it had gone even higher and I could have been tempted to get in, then it went down, I could have been really smashed,
Yeah.
The reason I invested, it opened 5% down. That's like hugely down. So I knew it was going to climb a little. So I took that, and then it got down to here, and I actually recognized this as a bottom, this V here.
Mm-hmm.
That was about noon. That's why I checked it. And it was like 666, But I checked it then, and I thought, okay, a lot of times I'll try to guess where the bottom is, and I'll get in too early, and I'll lose tons of money. And I thought, it's Friday. There's too many unknowns over the weekend, and people are not going to take a chance gambling, so they're all going to sell before the weekend. Because if Trump's sick now, this disease moves fast, right?
Right.
So he could get really, really sick in a couple days. It's not like he's just going to sit there and nothing new is going to happen.
Right.
There's one other thing, and that is, how Nancy Pelosi is the head of the House of Representatives, and she's a Democrat?
If I have to hear you rant about Nancy Pelosi one more
I'm
goddamn time.
Okay, so it's the Democrats versus the Republicans. Well, what happens if Trump dies and Pence dies? Do you know? She's president.
Wait, really?
Yeah. If they both died, she'd be president. Is that like so she tweeted something right away when she first found out he was ill that was not very graceful, and then she took it down.
Oh my God.
But Biden was a man and tweeted, God bless you, protect our president, hope he gets through this fine. And that right. I kept checking, is he going to tweet something? And finally at noon today, his time, he tweeted, my prayers are with you or something. And thank God, because, it's like, I feel like this event brings out, there were so many ugly tweets against Trump saying, I hope he dies. Drink some bleach, You know
what I find really interesting? Donald Trump getting coronavirus did not break Twitter. But you know what did break Twitter?
What?
Minecraft Steve is in Smash Bros.
In the news today, Minecraft Steve is in Smash Bros. Please tell us about it. Agent Michael.
It's real. I don't know what else to say other than that.
Wait, Minecraft Steve
Yes.
is from what company?
Microsoft, actually.
And he's in what game?
Super Smash Bros.
Which is from what company? That's
Nintendo. Yes.
That actually
It's not the first Microsoft character to be in the game, even.
Okay, do they work together?
The Smash Bros. is like... It's like the Olympics of video games. They've gotten to the point where it's just literally putting your character in this game will bring more attention to that character.
So in other words,
everyone is just like, oh, let's put our character in Smash Bros.
So a presidential candidate would be like, put me in your game. I want to be cool. Okay, what else? TikTok. I didn't talk about them for weeks and weeks because nothing was going on. And then there was a court decision, and it was between our shows. But I did post to my followers in my small, limited group of people in Facebook, which is, I can't add any more people, I don't think. But I posted to them, this decision is going to say that TikTok survives, and it's going to strike down anybody trying to take it down. I told my daughter, because she's getting really popular on TikTok. And I told her, don't worry, it's going to still be here. I just know it because it's worth too much money. They're not going to destroy money. It just doesn't happen. And jobs, but mostly money. Okay, do you think we should even bring up the tax returns? I feel like now that Trump's sick, everything else is forgotten. His gaffe on the debate, you know.
So were the tax returns real?
The New York Times article is not based on tax returns. If you reread it and reread it and reread it and actually look at what it says, it's based on data they've obtained. They don't have his tax returns. They're basing it on data they've obtained. So it's not definitive. And the New York Times hates Donald Trump. So it kind of isn't news. And the other thing is the debate. Trump screwed up. He didn't call out white supremacists. But I really thought at the time I even posted this, I thought he was like high on too much Red Bull or something. I have never seen him like that. He was like rampaging, and it's like he couldn't even hear what the question was. He was like in his own zone, right?
Yeah, he's...
So now that I found out he's sick, I think he was not feeling that great, and he pumped himself up with something like Red Bull, and it
took
overdid
steroids
it.
before the debate.
I think, yeah, he wanted a drug test for Biden. I betcha. I
think
betcha he took drugs.
my favorite meme I've ever seen involving this debate is just someone posted it from like a WWE meme of Bernie Sanders with a steel folding chair going, oh my God, it's Bernie Sanders with a folding chair.
Now I get it. I didn't know that was WWE.
Oh my God. No, that's like a wrestling thing. And it's just like...
Yeah, I mean, if I saw a guy with a chair...
Is headed. It's like...
That's like what the final scene in the wrestling match.
Genuinely, it's going to go down as just like...
this is a notorious debate, but I think people are going to forget it.
I genuinely
this timing
think
of
that
this
the
illness.
Circumstances are so weird and crazy. Bernie might still win.
Oh my God! No, that's not possible.
You say that now.
Oh, I did want to say something else. I predicted before the debate that I thought Trump would be such a strong, powerful presentation, and Bernie would be kind of weak, that it would start turning the tide toward Trump. I didn't realize it was going to be like overpowering and like aggravated and, you know, just all that. But then I predicted that the stock market would go up in the following days after the debate. So that happened.
A little bit.
But I doubted myself. I thought, I was wrong, because everyone was criticizing Trump and saying he lost, and the exit polls say it was like 60-20 and he sucked and all this stuff, right? And then the announcers on CNBC all said, the reason the stock market's going up is because Pelosi and I forgot the name of the guy who's negotiating with her from Trump's side are almost to an agreement. They might get an agreement. Everyone's hopeful they're going to get an agreement for this. Remember, every week for months
Right.
I've been talking about this aid for coronavirus, right?
God damn it.
So I thought I was wrong. But I've always told you they're not going to reach an agreement, because I've seen Nancy Pelosi's interviews, and she has no intention of making an agreement, if you can read subtext in a conversation.
Right.
So I doubted myself. I thought, maybe they're going to make an agreement. And maybe I was wrong about the reason the stock market's going up, because it sure didn't look like Trump won that. So today, about 20 minutes before maybe half an hour before the stock market closed, the airlines are all laying off massive amounts of people now because everybody's run out of money, and that this PPP thing didn't ever get passed, right?
Right.
So Nancy Pelosi does this headline where she has a press conference or something. She says, Nancy Pelosi says airline aid is imminent. That means they're about to do a deal. They're going to do a deal. She urges carriers not to cut jobs. And I saw this and I thought, oh my God, the market's going to take off, because she's saying, we've got a deal, right? So I look at the stock market. Well, that's what I've always said, but I thought maybe I'm wrong, I look at the stock market, and normally every time they say something like this, it jumps up, right? Today, it just sat there. It went up and down, 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 which told me nobody believes it, right? Everybody now who's investing money doesn't believe her. It's not going to happen.
Right.
So then I realized this last week, when it went up for 2 days and everybody said it was because they expected a deal, it wasn't because they expected a deal. It was because of the debate that it went up. So then I'm looking back on the debate thinking, why would the stock market go up after that debate? And I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure it's because they think Donald Trump overpowered Biden or something. I'm not sure. I mean, now the stock market goes down because Donald Trump's sick, and it went up when.
I don't know anything about how the debates go. It was
I'm just thinking I might have been
70-year-old children arguing with each other.
It was pretty sad, and we probably don't want to remember it after this moment. And I feel like, now that Trump's sick, we can kind of forget about it. I just want to forget about it.
Oh, God.
I feel like everybody on all sides wants to forget about it. But what we care about is if the stock market's going to go up or down, right?
I mean, I guess that's what we care about on this show. I still think I'd like
in real
universal
life,
basic income.
I kind of would, too. I just want to quit working. I don't want to work anymore. Give me money. I agree. Where's Edward Yang or whatever his name is? He's the guy who was talking. Elon Musk talked about universal basic. We basically had a taste of it. And now that they've given us a taste of it, there's no going back. We all want it.
Oh, my God.
All right, so what's the market going to do next week? So
it's going to go like this. Woo-hoo.
It's going to go up and down. Well, I actually made money every single day this week, even though it did go up and down. It went flat. It was like waiting for the debate, just flat. But I made money both those days. And then it went up after the debate for 2 days. I made money those days. And I made money today, and it went way down.
I technically made a little money every day the second half of the week.
I guess the reason I made money today is because I'm a day trader. So overnight, when this terrible news hit that everyone was like, oh, my God, our president's going to die, and the market crashed, it started low, and then it climbed again because I missed out on the crash because I'm a day trader. That's the advantage of being a day trader. Anything happens overnight that's a surprise, you don't have to suffer the consequences,
Right.
So I kind of like that about being a day trader. So I don't know. I feel like there's kind of a big unknown about what the news is going to be about Trump, if he's sick or not. And that really seems to be affecting the market at this point. But ultimately, the market is going to do fine because the economy is the economy, whether Trump lives or doesn't live, and the people in charge are still going to be Pence until the end of the term. I don't know.
We'll see.
So catalysts I wanted to talk about. I want to talk about how to. I'm going to start with catalysts, though, because what I'm saying is a catalyst is something that makes stuff happen. And I feel like there's possible things that can happen that'll make it go down, possible things that could make it go up. And I feel like the down possibilities are much greater at this point. The up catalyst would be if they made a deal. I don't know. Do you think the market will go up or down next week?
I think it'll go
zigzaggy. That's what you said.
I think will be in a period of a lot of uncertainty. And I think that
for a while, for a whole week, do you think?
Yeah, for a whole week.
I agree. Even for 2 weeks.
Maybe.
I mean, if Trump is fine, they're just going to say...
Invest in medical stocks. That's my opinion.
Well, that's what you did.
Find a good medical stock, invest in that, because those aren't going to be affected.
Abbott
unless they're treating Trump. If they're treating Trump, get the hell away from there, because that might fail. And
I know. If he dies, then it makes him look bad, right?
Yeah. So, I don't know.
That is a catch-22. Jeez. I'm surprised Regeneron let them treat him, because they had to... Like, it's sort of like, oh, what if it doesn't work? We're risking our... they believe in it. I think.
All right.
Well, they went with an abundance of caution to the hospital, so I know... I kept thinking, he needs an IV. The first thing you should do if someone gets sick is give him an IV. And so I'm really glad they took him to the hospital as a precaution. He's working out of the hospital.
God, the Secret Service must be losing their minds right now.
Oh, my God. Do you think someone could have given people COVID at that rally? When he announced the vice president is when they think he got it, because some other people there got it too.
Really?
Do you think someone intentionally would have tried to give it to him?
I don't think...
They tried to poison him last week.
I tried to avoid conspiracies.
Yes, but they tried to poison him last week. They found some poison in the mail addressed to him from 2 different people, didn't they?
Right. I don't know about that. I don't pay attention to the news at all.
Oh, we weren't supposed to say conspiracy. Should I bleep that out so YouTube doesn't take my video down?
No, just say Shane Dawson first. No, replace... Okay,
Wait,
I'm going to give you a clean edit of me saying Shane Dawson. Just replace me saying conspiracy. with me saying Shane Dawson.
Thank you. I'll edit that in.
Shane Dawson. Okay, take.
Well, I love Shane Dawson. I heard he's coming back a little bit, although I would wait till the new year.
I know nothing about Shane Dawson.
Wait till
I know
next
that
year.
you and Gaby watch him.
I love him. Oh, I shouldn't say that. That's supposed to be controversial now.
I love Video Game Donkey. He's my favorite YouTuber.
Is he a racist?
No.
Are you sure?
He's black.
He's
but he's
probably
not
still a
actually black.
racist. Stop orders. Oh, do you know why the stock market went down like crazy last night?
Because Trump got COVID.
Yeah, but you know why? Because people put in stop orders. I said last week I don't like stop orders because every time I put them in, it's always filled at the worst possible price.
Right.
Even when the trading wasn't at that low level, it would fill and then the trading would go right back up.
Right.
There's another reason you don't want to use stop orders. I hate stop orders. All these people put in these stop orders saying, oh, well, you know, if the stock ever goes down, I'll just get out. So let's say it's trading for $100 and they put a stop order at $90, except in the evening when they found out Trump was sick, all the computers, everybody started selling, you know, and all these stop orders, it's like, oh, it dropped to 90. They filled. And then that meant they sold stock. And then it made it drop more. And then more stop orders that were lower filled. And then that made more stock get sold. And it just kept going down, down. So they cascaded into this frenzy of selling, which means sometimes that happens and it goes like to zero, you know? I mean, like during the financial crisis when there was that stock market crash.
That's when you want to buy.
Ridiculous.
It's when they hit zero.
That's what I did, actually. Back in that stock market crash, I bought something called PHK, which was high yield bonds, and they were worth $3. They used to trade at 15, and I bought a whole bunch of them. So you remember what I told you about dividends, right?
Yes.
They paid dividends, which was 12%, which is really high, when they were $15 a share. Then they dropped to $3. So you
see
multiply.
how much Exxon is trading for right now.
$32, 32 something.
What do they usually trade for?
I don't know if I believe in. I feel like oil. I feel like the world still is going to rely on oil for a bit. You know, okay, Michael. The alternative to that dividend is this: they might turn around and say we can't pay that dividend anymore. We need to cut it.
Right.
In which case, their stock will drop. People will sell.
Yeah.
I'm not going to finish my story because we're on to new things.
Okay. Analyst rating is 69.2% hold, 15.4% buy. So I'm
that's
not
good.
touching. I'm not gonna buy here.
Well, you might get bored owning it, or it might take a while. But if you have some money to put in there just to own some,
I'm gonna stick with the stock that the analysts say you should buy now.
Well, honestly, psychologically, if I see something and I didn't buy some of it, then I feel so left out. This is that feeling left out psychological issue.
I will
So
say,
if you bought a tiny bit, then you would not feel left out. You'd feel like, yeah, I was smart. I got some of that, you know?
here's the thing. My tech tip for trading: trust what the analysts say. They're smarter than you.
That is my whole experience in a nutshell. I always listen to people who are smarter than me. All day long.
Analysts know their shit because they've been studying it for years. If they all say buy the stock, like that's the most useful feature about Robinhood, is you look at any stock and you can scroll down and see what analysts say about it. And you can just go, okay, I'm going to buy the stock because it says buy. I'm going to hold on to it because it says hold. And I'm going to sell because it says sell. Like
That probably, you know, I feel like
though,
I've
if you're
taught you
doing
well.
long-term trading, because it doesn't work as well for short-term trading, because I think it's on
that's
a
the
week-by-week basis. But that stock is great. Like, that entire rating system is great for that sort of thing. You should absolutely trust in that.
I feel like there's nothing wrong with Robinhood. Can I ask you something? Did you say it crashed last week?
No, I think at one point when I was using it, there was like it's the first of the stock trading options to go when stuff gets really heated. But I think that if you're just starting out, Robinhood is great. I think that there's a lot of really cool features it has that I haven't seen other stocks do, like the debit card I got for it.
I don't think it matters if you can't sell during a frenzy, because in a way, you don't want to sell when people are panicking anyway. That's when you lose money. You just sit there.
Right.
I told everybody just...
Also, it lets you buy and sell cryptocurrency without having a wallet for it, which is nice.
Ooh, yeah, that's nice. I had a brief foray into.
I'm a tech guy, and I didn't even
not
set
like
up a
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin wallet. I should.
God.
One day.
Well, I have
do
ADD
that.
and I forget my passwords. So can you imagine me with a 12-word random word password? It just people don't memorize those, do they?
People do, yeah.
That's so disturbing.
If it's words, you can memorize it.
I like numbers better.
Hey, Mom.
Yes.
The quick brown fox jumped over a lazy dog.
Hey, Michael. 3.1215. Oh shoot! I'm out of practice.
Hey, Mom.
Uh-huh.
Peter Pepper picked a pack of pickled peppers.
Okay, enough of that. I haven't been practicing.
There are many 12-word phrases that you can memorize.
I know my phone number. Oh, hey, the reason I started this and called it the Call Girls Investment Club was to talk about options. But
Yeah.
my feeling is you shouldn't start trading options when you're just starting to trade.
No, that's a bad idea. Don't do that.
So you can lose 10 times as much or gain 10 times as much.
No, you can lose 100%, but
Oh,
gain
yeah.
10 times as much.
Yeah, you can win. Yeah. But I just want to say last week I was depressed, and that was because I lost money. And the reason I lost money is I figured out this method of making money consistently, trading the same thing in the same way, and I know it, and that is the NASDAQ. And that was what I did this week. I followed it to the letter. I made all that money. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
But last week, I thought I was smarter than myself. So I tried all kinds of weird shit. I tried buying NVIDIA because I thought, Tesla's going to go up, but NVIDIA supplies them. I don't even know anything about that anymore. I haven't been reading those articles.
I found that the problem with tech companies is that you look at one piece of good news and you go, oh, the stock's going to go up. But that's not ever the case because all tech companies are so ridiculously broad that any one change that you're going to see is going to maybe affect, like, at most 10% of their income.
Well, also, people anticipate stuff. Like, I knew what Tesla was going to do, that it's doing now. In 2013, I even wrote an article about it.
Well, Tesla's an exception because Tesla's just doing cars. Like, their primary source of income is their cars.
And batteries and
their
solar.
batteries and all. Well, okay.
Yeah.
But that stuff is a separate company, isn't it? Isn't that
and
SolarCity?
AI? What about AI and self-driving? And
yeah, but that's all still a very relatively narrow field. Whereas you look at Google, and they've got their search engine, they've got ads, they've got YouTube, they've got so many different fields.
You know what?
You look at Microsoft, and they make computers, they make video games. They have so many different fields that are entire industries. Whereas with Tesla, they're just the top of the line in a number of very niche industries. My point is that the reason why Tesla's stock is much more predictable, like you see Tesla release something in the news and their stock goes up, is because that news is tied into their core of their income.
Right,
always.
and people can see it coming.
Whereas I say Minecraft Steve is in the new Smash Bros.
Random.
That doesn't change anything about Nintendo's stock. It doesn't change anything about Microsoft's stock.
Oh.
That's a very, very small percentage of both of those stocks' total income that are affected by that.
But you mentioned something last week or the week before about a video game company, and it did move the stock.
Did it? What was that? Oh, that was Microsoft buying out Bethesda or ZeniMax.
Yeah, and it did make it go up. But then, of course, everything got crushed today, probably.
Yeah, well, that's a very big thing, because that's like an entire company that they're buying in order to make their new game console sell better.
Hey, I got a question. I've kind of had it with Google. There's a bunch of stuff that they're hiding from me that you can't search. They're taking all this information from me, and people are saying, "Why aren't you doing DuckDuckGo?" And I always thought DuckDuckGo was some dumb little thing, but I actually switched on my phone to DuckDuckGo. What do you think? Am I making a mistake?
Not really, but you should be aware that it's not going to have as many features as Google.
Right, because when they gather information, they can hone it to you. But I'm tired of getting fed all this stuff they think I should see. You know?
I understand that.
I feel like it's Big Brother and I'm rebelling.
Okay. That is your choice.
So what should we talk about options?
We've already talked
We
in
talked
length
about
about
that?
options.
Okay, fine. But we're not going to... I don't think Michael's going to be trading them yet.
No.
I had some experience trading them this week because that's all I trade.
I don't think I can trade options on Robinhood.
Actually,
I think you need Robinhood Gold for that.
Wait. Okay, so trading psychology, I think I already covered. It's really hard to wait when you're waiting for something. Like this morning, I had to sit there and wait for an hour and a half while I'm waiting for my price to be hit. And yesterday. So it's like I have a really fast mind. I can't like sit there. So I have to play video games or something and then check the price. So I set alarms. Every certain times in the day, the market will take a turn, like 8:30. A lot of times it hits bottom around 8:30 or about 7:15, 7:10. There's a time when the market behaves a certain way, or like 10 minutes in, 15 minutes in, So it's really kind of hard if you're day trading options to be sitting there and not do something. But really sitting there and not doing something actually has paid off for me this week when I'm waiting for it to hit what I know it's going to hit. And then it does. And then I take that and I could see where it's starting to turn, and I just get out. You got to watch it, but like not watch it too much. So that's one psychological thing I wanted to say. Then the other was my system, but I don't really want to reveal my system.
Okay.
I was going to talk about it and I thought, no.
Secrets will not be revealed this episode.
Stay tuned for more. Well,
will Adora turn on the whore?
When do you think a reason? I feel like you should get a year of trading experience at least before you trade options. I don't know.
I think that's a reasonable statement.
Well, we'll have to do the podcast for a year.
Yeah, let's keep this going. Here we go.
Well, so what does your portfolio look like now? Are you positive or negative?
I'm positive. Total
Positive,
return of my investment this week is $17.95.
I meant to look up mine, but I don't want to dwarf yours in any way. So.
No, I'm only trading with $1,000. You're trading with much more than that.
I'm making $10,000 bets, and every time I get out, it's usually $1,500 or $2,000 I'm aiming for.
That's pretty good.
Actually, I did really good this week.
Nice.
So, but when I've lost money, I've lost so much more.
Maybe I should have some money to do more trading with.
I do want to say the money he's trading is all his money that he earned. So
yes, I got it as a tax return.
Yeah, which you earned. You didn't get it from the government.
I don't remember earning it, but I earned it. Government gave it to me, so I guess I earned it.
Anyway, we'll see you next week.
See you next week, everyone.